Welcome back to the Bench and the Bleachers. As always, I'm your host, Keenan Tregaskis, joined by my co-host, Alex Tanaka. It is a big week for baseball. Lots of playoff news. Lots of playoff news. The Rays have been sold. But before we get into any of that, the ABS challenge system has been approved for the 2026 regular season. Teams will get 2 challenges a game. And if they get the challenges correct, they keep them. Kind of like the regular challenge system.
Not a fan of this. This is
Okay.
dumb. This is dumb. I will provide some nuance to this.
Mm-hmm.
The challenges have to be instantaneous as well, so you have to instantly do the old helmet tap there, right? I think this is going to lead to a lot of fans realizing how wrong they are about how bad umpiring actually is across baseball. Like, it's not really an issue in terms of strike zone. I say this as a Blue Jay fan who said off air that I think the league is rigging the game again. But it's just down to incompetence and a few bad calls. And I can make Major League Baseball a lot better with one simple rule. The coach at any time, this cannot talk about balls and strikes, he can walk out of the dugout and say, "Put on your headphones, loser, because I think this happened. Now go and check for me if this happened." And the directive isn't, we need to be like really sure. Like, we can't just be pretty sure. The directive from Major League Baseball towards the umpires in the replay center and on the field should be you make the correct decision. Make the correct call. Not you need overwhelming evidence to overturn any on-field call. No, you make the right decision, and there is nothing off of the table. It is up to the manager to say, look at this. You're saying he did not catch it. He caught it. You're saying it didn't hit the base. I'm saying it did. Put on the headphones, weirdo, and go and look. That's how you fix any officiating, is you leave it up to human interpretation, because humans, when given a little bit of freedom, can actually sometimes prove to be professionally competent. So I believe that Major League Baseball umpires need to be empowered to clean up their own mistakes and not be handcuffed by restrictive language in the rules. This ABS challenge system speaks to our instant gratification society, where you have a bunch of fat morons with cookie crumbs on their stomach watching a game like, "Oh, it's clearly a strike. The box on my TV is going to be the box used by the challenge system." Wait until you see the actual zone next season and realize the box that's been on your TV screen is not the box that is going to be used to umpire games. So a lot of networks are going to have to make changes there. They should just get rid of the stupid fucking thing altogether, if we're being honest. So I don't like this. I think it's really dumb and non-consequential. I'm an all or nothing person. Look, just give it to the robots or don't. Don't let the robots dip a toe in the water and see if it's warm. Okay? I personally, and again, I'm saying this because George Springer got bent over twice. Twice yesterday, he got bent fully over. No Vaseline. Okay, he hits a 2-run double. They call it foul. Next fucking pitch, 4 inches off of the plate minimum, and I should know. And they say strike 3, punches him out. Ridiculous. Absolute ridiculous incompetence. But with my rules, right, John Trotter can say, "Look, that's a double. You do the right thing. It's a ground rule double. You saw it. You saw the play. Clearly you didn't see the play, but put on the headphones and you can tell. You can tell it's a fair ball." So don't give me any of this no challenge. You can't challenge it bullshit. Everything is on the table with the sole directive of making the correct call. This to me is lazy and sloppy and is so clearly an attempt to soft launch a fully electronic strike zone, which frankly sucks and is really boring. Because
I mean, if they do that, that is obviously worst case scenario.
Sorry, that was a lot of talking from me.
Yeah. No, I mean, if that is the end game, like a fully automated strike zone, nobody wins.
That is the end game, though. That's clearly what the end game is.
See, I'm not entirely convinced that's the end game because Manfred's gone in 2 years.
Yeah, but Keenan, the people who employ Manfred are pro and for these changes. Otherwise, they wouldn't be happening. This is. I would bet my left nut that the end game for baseball's rules committee, its board of governors, and its owners is to have a fully electronic strike zone. I can guarantee that. When have we ever seen a new technology introduced in soft launch and then they'll be like, "You know what? That's enough. We know our limit. We've stayed within it." They always overstep. You cannot give them an inch. They will take multiple miles.
I don't think that they're gonna go that far. I think there's gonna be a lot of fan outcry.
When have they ever not gone that far?
If they do go that far, they'll end up taking it back.
When have baseball owners showed that they understand baseball more than everybody else? They
When does
have
it?
they have repeatedly been they keep pushing for a salary cap that they're not going to get. They don't know when to stop. They violated United States antitrust laws in the 70s because they manipulated free agency, which they did not want to happen. They are fucking relentless in their in their ways to drive revenue and shorten games, and the automated strike zone does that. That is their end goal and pursuit. And I got to say, fans, you're getting what you wish for. You're stupid and it sucks, but I hope the door doesn't hit your ass on the way out, because I think the pitch clock was really good for TV baseball, which is what they wanted to do. They want to have better ratings. It's a bit rushed when you're in person. An automated
It
strike
needs a few more seconds on it.
I've always said 2025.
What
That's
is 18?
15, isn't it 15 18 or 18?
It's different when there's a runner on base, but
20, right? It's 15 18 or like 18 20, just 20 seconds minimum.
yeah.
Just like let the fucking fat guys breathe a bit. Alec Manoah would still be in the big leagues. He got DFA'd. Um, we'll get into that later, but I have zero faith in 32 billionaires' ability to say, you know what, we've done good. Let's quit while we're ahead. I don't think that's in the DNA of these people and in the DNA of this league, quite frankly. Yeah, it's a soft launch, but quickly hand holding on an Instagram story becomes a full-fledged Instagram post. So they're soft launching this relationship with the ABS strike zone. It's not good. Fans are going to quickly realize that they're going to miss human umpires and all of their incompetencies, but they need to be empowered to fix that. Because
The problem is
it's not an issue. I don't think this is an issue, Keenan. Sorry, I cut you off.
the problem. You're right. Everyone is short sighted when like the fans. They're always short sighted. If you look at the actual numbers, it's roughly 95% on average, like accuracy for a game.
For the folks at home, that's 19 out of 20.
19 out of 20 calls correct. 19 out of 20 calls correct on average.
But we gotta fix the fucking one. Cause my God, it
To
all
be
evens
fair-
out the wash, guys. It all evens out.
To be fair, my thing is if they end it with just the two challenges, and yeah, you are right. The MLB, every major sport.
Keenan, I'll bet you, Keenan, I'll bet you $1,000 it doesn't end with two challenges.
No, that's fair. I'm not going to take you up on that because
Yeah.
you're probably correct. But what I'm saying is, if it does end with just the two, I'm completely fine with that. But I'm in agreement with you that I don't think it does end there.
Yeah, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Like this isn't a thing. Like it's not.
Do you not
gonna
want my
end.
opinion on this show?
No, I do want your opinion. I'm just saying that I'm so entrenched in my view that letting the ABS zone in it's just a fucking it's such a mistake that I would rather there be none of it than there be this two challenge, because as soon as the two challenge thing gets in, it's lights out. It's game over. I think I just want it gone, and I think.
Fair. But I think you can have
I
as a counter
will
argument, like, they
say-
haven't adjusted the challenge system, the regular challenge system.
Which is really the issue, which is why we spend all this time. They've spent all of their time and money fixing a problem that doesn't fucking exist and ignoring the one glaring problem, which is the Major League Baseball challenge system. It's ridiculous because I will say it. I have watched a lot of baseball. I will say that I notice more issues with their replay review system than I do with the strike zone. And I don't feel like that's a hot take. I've watched way more games this year being decided by dumb stuff, not getting overturned on a replay, both for and against the Jays and other baseball teams, because it's not challengeable, or you can clearly tell what happened, but there isn't overwhelming evidence to see it. That to me is ridiculous. Just go out there and make the right decision. But instead of doing that, they've decided to create a problem and then fix that problem. So I'm not a fan. I'm gonna really enjoy next season when a bunch of these moronic fans like, why didn't he challenge that? And then actually, the umpire made the correct call, because they do that 95% of the time. So I really don't know what to say other than I hope everybody's happy. I hope you're happy. Everybody.
One thing the MLB should add to the 2026 season, the ability to challenge if a ball is fair or foul.
That's so obvious. You would think, yeah, but Keenan, they're thinking in their minds, how the hell could they fuck that up? How could these umpires not see if the ball's fair or
This has been
foul?
a
And they
yearly
do it
problem.
weekly.
This happens yearly.
Oh,
Like,
Keenan, it happens at worst monthly. It happens almost bi-weekly at this point. Like,
Like, especially, like, here's the thing. like the call yesterday on George Springer was awful. But the thing is, with a ball over third base, it is judgment when it bounces over third base. You are going to make a call wrong sometimes in that situation. No
And
matter what you see, you're going to make a mistake sometimes because we are humans. The fact that the MLB doesn't have a camera, they've got so many damn cameras everywhere in the stadium, and the fact that they don't have one on the foul line pointing straight down the foul line is stupid.
to me, we should be using technology to enhance and empower human decisions, not use technology to just eliminate the human element from the game and legislate umpires out of the game. Because that play the other night, we don't need this ABS challenge system if the umpires can go and spend 30 seconds looking at a good camera with an overhead fucking view of the bag or view on the bag and fix this decision. So it feels like they've spent a lot of money on consultants who have never watched baseball, telling them what they should or shouldn't do, but have not spent enough time consulting current players and current coaches and managers and general managers. And they're not the only league who's done this with major rule changes in the past week or so. I won't even get into that, but it just feels like they've gone about this. They want to fix baseball, but to do that, you need to take a long, hard look at the rules of the game, and that takes time. And when you're a commissioner with 2 years left to leave a legacy, you can rush things and make mistakes. And I feel like we're going to look back at this and say that ultimately it was rushed.
They are solving a problem that they created, in other to simplify it.
Yeah, because they don't need this. You're making a problem by not shooting down these ignorant people on Twitter and on social media who are like, "Oh, did you see that?" By not going out there and defending your umpires, you allow this to become a real problem because people's stupidity is like a fire. All right, as soon as you don't put it out, it spreads. And then now there's this idea that umpires don't know what the hell they're doing. And while a lot of them are egotistical narcissists, yeah, I agree. You have to be to kind of do that job, though. It's like a fucking job application requirement, right? And look, I don't feel like they handle ejections the best way either. That's an issue, but that's kind of fun. Um, I just don't feel like they back up the umpires enough in the good times, and they go against them too much. I just don't feel like they do a good job of managing umpires, and it feels like they know that. And instead of trying to repair that relationship and repair the public trust, they're just going to use technology as a crutch and say, "Well, fucking, we have the ABS system, so if you don't like it, eh."
Yeah.
Because what happens, Keenan, if you lose two challenges and then they blow a call in the eighth inning? Like this is,
Well, see, the thing is, they what they could do is the same thing with the challenges. Go, hey, can you review that? Can we get a crew chief review?
crew chief review for a ball or a strike.
Well, that's what they do on challenge, like in the challenge system. If it's past, like I think the seventh inning, you can just ask for a crew chief review anyways, and it doesn't
That'll
count
take
as a
forever,
challenge.
Keenan. If every challenge we got to bring Jim Wolf in to walk his, I don't even know if Jim Wolf even umpires anymore. But I would just be a fan of, look, if you're going to use the ABS zone, just fully use it, and then just have it buzz once for a ball, twice for a strike. Like just give the guy a buzzer in his pocket, and then it's one buzzes once ball or doesn't buzz ball, buzzes strike. It's that simple, and there's no arguments at all. This way, it's a half measure because you know what's going to happen, Keenan. What they're doing is manipulating the viewing experience because there's going to come a game early in the season where a team will have used two challenges, and there's going to be a terrible ball or strike call. And they're going to be like, well, if we had more challenges, well, the zone knows, so why can't we just do that? And then we're back at square one here with this, guys. So it's worse to have the two challenges in my opinion because it's just going to illustrate problems. Just go full zone or don't go zone at all.
Okay.
But go full ABS or
Yeah,
no
yeah. Full ABS or no
half
ABS.
measure thing to me. I'm just not a fan of.
Yeah.
It's not built for the average human because the average human lacks lots of intelligence and ability to critically think. I actually like the challenge thing on paper, but I know people.
You know it's going to be used incorrect.
Yeah, I know it's going to be used incorrectly by a bunch of
Yeah.
boomer managers who can't spell cat. Like,
All
if
right.
you gave them the C and the T, right? Like, it's just not going to be used correctly. And then when it is used incorrectly, you're going to be punished for. I mean, when it gets used incorrectly, then everybody's going to be like, well, they should have just had more opportunity. No, you shouldn't be challenging balls or strikes in the first place. Stupid. Swing
Yeah.
the fucking bat.
Yeah. We're going to keep this show going into the heart of it now. I'm sure you could keep ranting for a long time. Let's get some positive news in here. Padres, Mariners, Yankees have all clinched the Mariners' second playoff appearance in the last 20 years, and First AL West championship since 2001. This has been a huge month for the Mariners. It's going to
What happened
be.
in 2001, Keenan?
They won the most games ever and then blew it in the ALCS.
Is that the best team ever? The '01 Mariners?
Can you call a team that doesn't win the World Series the best team ever?
No, are they the best regular season team ever? How do you even
Best
measure
regular season team
that?
ever, yes.
Do you measure by wins? Do you measure by run differential, talent?
Off the top of my head, I'm going wins.
Good,
But
very safe call there, by the way.
very safe
Like
call.
this isn't a trap. Yeah, they blew it in the CS. This was in what 2001. They lost to the what would have been the Yankees in '01.
Yankees, yeah, Yankees.
Yeah, because that was the 9/11 year when they played the Diamondbacks and people actually
And
wanted
lost.
the Yankees to win. Yeah, Luis Gonzalez, Game 7. Weird year 9/11. Hey, that must have really thrown everything off.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'm just thinking now, like,
What?
because it must have been like way later, right? Because they
I
must have
said
taken,
let's talk about some positive news, and you immediately jump onto 9/11.
Sorry. Well, because we're talking about 2001, and how do you talk about 2001 without bringing up 9/11? Where were you during 9/11, Keenan?
I wasn't. You weren't alive either.
It's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of things falling, John Schneider has said the sky is not fucking falling as the Jays eminently collapse. And while I agree, the sky is not falling for the Toronto Blue Jays, the sky is hanging on by a fucking thread right now. Because you were 5 games up last week, you proceeded to score. Keenan, I'm just going to quickly tell you how many runs the Blue Jays have scored in the past weeks. So today is September 24th. This is after the Blue Jays have lost to the Red Sox today by a score of 7-1, an embarrassing 7-1. So last week on the Wednesday they lost to the Rays 2-1. So that's 1 run. All right. Thursday they got shut out 4-0 to the Rays. Then they go to Kansas City and get blown out by a Canadian football score 20-1. So that's 3 runs. All right, in 4 games. Then they win 8-5. Great win. Things are looking up, right? That's 11 runs. Then they've lost their last 2 games, 4-1 and 7-1. So in a 7, it's so annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 7 games, they've scored 13 runs. That is embarrassing for a team who has the best record in their league. It just shows the impact Bo Bichette had on this offense. Anthony Santander came back today, shat the fucking bed. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. That's the guy that I know. The sky is not fucking falling. It's falling, but it hasn't fallen yet because they do hold the tiebreaker over the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
If the season ended today, you'd be in the playoffs. But the Yankees have all the momentum right now. They play I think how many games are left now? 3? 4?
They got 1 left with the White Sox and then 3 with Baltimore.
Baltimore, and the Jays have 1 more left in Boston and 3 in Tampa. Is it in
Yeah,
Tampa?
the problem is
No,
Tampa.
it's at home. They are at home for Tampa though, and
They're at home, but Tampa's just so good against Toronto.
but Toronto's the best team in the league at home. I say that after they get beat by a combined score.
Yeah, after
11-2.
yesterday and today, it,
No, not good. Certainly not good. But in terms of the state of the Blue Jays, Barrios back to the bullpen. I knew that was happening. Called it a month ago.
rough
It
first
is.
appearance.
Hey,
Rough first appearance out of the.
I didn't say he'd be good. Okay, I didn't say he'd be good.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Yeah,
rough
no,
first
stop.
appearance.
Yeah, it's stopping. It's been a bad week for the Blue Jays. They've pretty much played their way, not out of the division, but they no longer control their own destiny.
Yeah, they do, but they don't because we know who the Yankees play.
Yeah,
Like,
okay, theoretically,
on paper, they
yeah,
do,
but we
but the
know,
Yankees have
Keenan, you
such
and I
an
know
easier
better than
schedule.
paper. A paper's an inanimate object.
And here's the other thing: the sky feels like it's falling because of everything that's happened, because of the Yankees surging, because of the Blue Jays bats going cold, but more importantly because of the crappy calls that they've been getting. It's not why they're losing
No,
games,
you
but
know
it's
what,
why
Keenan?
it feels like the sky's falling.
It's not the calls. It's the way that they've taken the calls.
Yeah,
It's the lack of leadership from John Schneider. He has not been able to calm the boys down. He's got them fired up, and they're playing with a lot of emotion. They're playing with a lot of anger. They're literally and figuratively taking their eye off of the ball, and
pissed.
they're pissed off. So why don't we hit the fucking ball? If you hit it out of the park in dead center, they can't do shit to you. Okay, Raleigh, you're a good team. Bad calls happen. Get over it. That is life. You need to push forward now. It's too important for your emotions to get in the way. We are at game 159. You need to buckle down, show some composure and some professionalism, and stop blaming everybody else. It is your fault you lost these games. I don't care. I don't care. Score more than one run. If you put up 10 runs, you cannot lose on bad calls. No, take some accountability. The pitching staff has been real shaky. The offense has been non-existent since Bo Bichette left. Yes, some calls have gone against you. Sack up. Okay, you are professionals. This is what you get paid for. Okay, this is late September baseball where you get to work for a bye to get your pitchers some rest. Help them out. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these guys angry in the dugout. You have the chance to do something about it, and you don't. You complain. You go on the rail and say if they want New York to fucking win, then just tell us. I'll tell you right now, they want New York to fucking win. Of course they do. Okay, but they're not telling umpires to do that. You need to take some accountability. You are a professional, George Springer. You are 35 fucking years old. Act like a goddamn leader. The only one who has significant playoff winning experience in that dugout. It's your fault.
Sure,
Play better and win games. Be a leader.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Be a leader. He's been their best player by far offensively.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And Bichette's injured, so step up. Because when they see him doing that, they get in that headspace too. John Schneider as well, coming out I know that they're frustrated. Just address it internally. You don't need to come out and say, we feel fine, the sky's not fucking falling. Keaton, the one thing I've learned from watching, the politics and sports is when someone comes out and says the sky is not falling, we're okay, they are not okay and the sky is falling.
Yeah, if the sky's not falling, you're not saying anything.
You're not saying anything, right?
You don't need to say anything if the sky's not falling.
It's ridiculous, pathetic, embarrassing, really, for the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of worked up now because I see a lot of fun having, not seeing a lot of good baseball happening.
No, not yet. Detroit, on the other hand, the sky is
the sky's fallen.
You've lost 14 of 16. You blew a 15.5 game division lead to the Guardians, who now control their own destiny. You're in a playoff spot because Houston's sky is also falling. Whatever's in the air.
Skies are falling everywhere.
The Mets are falling apart. The Dodgers can't hold a lead. Who knows who's taking the 6th spot in either league right now because the sky's falling everywhere. But yeah, Detroit, this was awful. You had everything. You had, I think, a 99% chance to win the division.
There's no excuses in Detroit.
No, there are no excuses. The sky is falling. AJ Hinch is pissed. He said, I can't even explain what's going on right now because this is a collapse worse than the Minnesota Twins had last year at an even worse time.
And the thing is, the Guardians suck. This is happening.
Riding a hot hand.
They're objectively a bad baseball team.
Literally what we could see happen. The Guardians are the 3 seed, the Tigers are the 6 seed, and Detroit rolls them in the wild card series because on paper...
Well, I don't fucking see that happening. I see Detroit... I think that they're too young. I don't think AJ Hinch is enough to get them over the hump. I think they will get absolutely pummeled whoever they play in the postseason.
If they make it, they're playing Cleveland.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. That would be locked in, wouldn't it? Yeah, they're gonna get pummeled.
Either team could get pummeled because
no. This Cleveland team's been there. This Detroit team, they're so young and they're gonna be so shook. Shout out to Tessa Brooks that they are gonna be absolutely destroyed going into the playoffs.
Mentally, I'm gonna take the different approach here, only because of they were in the same situation last year in terms of position in the playoffs. And same mentality, they're too young, they don't understand the playoff atmosphere. They're going to be coming in with a vengeance. They'll have that one day off, assuming they make the playoffs. Tarek Scuba will be on the mound game 1, not football snapping the ball around in the middle of the infield. Because that was
the best inning of baseball I've ever watched.
Did you see that? That was the wildest thing. I saw the highlight. They're it's a ground ball to Scuba. I was like, okay, that's an easy double play. And he's just hunched over, just hiking it like a long
bent over fully bent over.
Hilarious. That might be the wild.
I do want to rebut briefly a bit here, not to be too critical. But you're likening their run to last year. When last year they came in as the hottest team in baseball into the playoffs, they're going in as the coldest team in baseball this year.
I think I said I was only likening it just because of the same seed.
But you said they're gonna be coming in with a vengeance. I see them like running on empty, like they're
They
like the
could. They
Hindenburg
could.
blimp, and I, I gotta say, I just see them like having a poor half to the first game, like maybe not getting out of it, and then from there, I don't see them being able to build momentum.
See, I can see that
Their
happening
only
as
playoff
well.
experience has come from a position of dominance. We're playing with house money, right? Like we're a really hot team. Now it's we've blown it to a team that sucks in our division of epic proportions. The sky is fucking falling. Like how are we gonna, you know, get through this? But if they do that, if they can prove me wrong, I'd be very impressed with their mental fortitude and resilience. But I just
My
don't.
thing is, and I could completely see that happening. I like you say I'm on the fence, whatever, but the playoffs are a completely different atmosphere, and there is no telling what any team's going to do. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Houston's going to roll them last year." Oh, there's no way the Yankees make the World Series. They're choke artists. Anything can happen. Also, they will be going up against the one team that's really not good on paper. That's the one thing they have going for them.
The Guardians are
You
good on
put
the
aside
baseball field.
everything that's happened
They're
in the
not good
regular
in the
season.
baseball field either. They're not a good team. Like I don't understand what I watch the games. I don't understand how Cleveland wins baseball games.
I don't either. They they look bad, and then
Bo Naylor is having the best 180 hitting season I've ever seen though.
the
He
best
is
180, the most clutch 180
he's
hitting
dialed
season.
it the fuck in.
Yeah, but like
They still have a negative run differential.
yeah, they that
It's
actually is
negative fucking
actually
2.
frustrating.
The
They're not
Royals got a
good.
better one.
They're not good, and they're going to win. This is going to be like the worst divisional winner ever in MLB
No,
history.
okay, no, that's not okay. They were in the CS last year. They're not that bad.
They weren't that good last year either.
Yeah, well, they had no pitching. Their starting pitching helped.
They had Emmanuel Clase. That's the only difference. And
No,
they
they had Matt Boyd
they had Matt Boyd.
and Cade
Yeah,
Smith, Canadian. I'm running out of Guardian pitching names very quickly over here. I got to say, Nick Sandlin, he was around.
I think he was still there.
What's Tanner Beebe up to these days? I think he was he around.
I think he's been throwing meatballs all year. That's the thing. Like every starting
Fuck,
pitcher
they
still
keep
has
winning.
like
They keep winning.
yeah. I
The
don't know what
Texas
kind of
Rangers, the
bellows.
Texas Rangers, who are currently 5 games back of the wild card, um, have a plus 81 run differential, which is an 80. They are 83 runs better on paper, and they have lost their last I think 5 games. Oh no, they won today I think, but yeah, run differential maybe it doesn't matter.
Apparently, I don't understand. Look, I don't
Riveting stuff here. Riveting stuff.
riveting stuff. Yeah. Cal Raleigh, 60 home runs, first time ever as a catcher for a catcher to do that.
Hashtag not
Historic
my
season.
MVP.
Historic season that should be capped off with an MVP.
I gotta say, I'm on the Judge train for MVP now.
What changed?
What changed for me is Keenan, I think we all need to do this more. Analyze and look past our biases in life. And I'm realizing, yes, Cal Raleigh's having a pretty good season. Pretty good. A lot of home runs, playing very good defense behind the plate for a very, very good Mariner team. Aaron Judge is having maybe one of the 30 or 40 best seasons ever. I think we've become numb to how good he really is.
Because he does it every year.
It's a bit like the voter fatigue, and I kind of get it now. He's the best player I've seen in the American League this year. He's the best player.
Best player, but when you in terms of this season, would
And
you say he's more valuable to the Yankees than
I
Raleigh
think
is to the
he is.
Mariners?
The Yankees are horrible without him. They suck. They look lost. And he's a very good defender. I think he is more important to the Yankees.
Okay.
That's and I think he's more important. And I think he's having a better year, and he's a better player. Those are the 3 prongs of the fork.
I agree with the last two. I just think Cal Raleigh's been more valuable to his respective team. Simply because we know the Mariners would have been under 500 and sold at the deadline without Raleigh.
See, I don't know that though. Maybe.
Are you
But
gonna,
if Aaron Judge, okay, if we flip flop, if we start the year on different, if we flip, Aaron Judge is on the Mariners, I think the Mariners would probably have had a better season, and I think the Yankees wouldn't have had this good a season. That's just my take. I actually spent some time thinking and not just blindly hating things. It's a new thing I'm trying out.
the,
I I read a tweet, like the actual full tweet from Jeff Passan. So, and then I watched the video. So instead of only reading headlines, I'm now reading full articles and critically thinking. Fun
You're not
thing.
getting baited by headlines anymore. You're actually reading.
Well, yeah, I am.
Yeah. Look, I could see, I wouldn't
Normally, once I'm
complain.
so entrenched in a position, I don't like to change my mind. But here
Yeah.
I can admit I was wrong. I was wrong.
Is that a first in this show?
No, okay. See, this is why I don't say. You know what? Take your stupid victory lap, whatever. But I think you will come onto my side.
I think I'm indifferent on this one. I really think there's a strong case for both of these players. This is also it's one of the odd years. When was the last time we had strong cases for two in the same year? Same league, same year.
Same league, same year. It's been a minute. Was
2017?
oh,
Because
okay, let's not go back. That no, surely there's been a better.
there might have been because
Was
2 years
there a
ago.
Trout Ohtani year? Was there ever a thing like that? Was there a
Two,
Judge Ohtani season?
no,
There
because
must
two
have been
years ago Judge was hurt when Otani won MVP.
Oh, right. But then what about 3 years ago when Judge hit like 50?
Judge hit 60. The year Judge hit 60, that was just yeah, it's
Hit
him.
50.
50. When was that? 2019.
21. Do something for me. I'm trying to think now. No, surely there was. There's been hotly contested MVP races before. We just call it so early now in baseball.
2021 he hit 39.
Maybe I'm thinking about 2022.
2017 he hit 52 when he finished second behind
Yeah, and he
Altuve.
deserved that, by the way.
He
Altuve,
definitely
you know,
deserved that.
no
Here's the thing: if you're doing that as a rookie, you're immediately more valuable, anyways.
well, okay, enough with the value stuff here, okay? I don't.
The award's called most valuable.
Like, what does being a rookie have to do with value?
It's less expected.
That doesn't make any sense. It's not the who overperforms expectations the most award.
That's not what I'm saying. I think there's more value in like if you give me two stat lines, one's from a 10-year player, one's from a rookie. I'm going to say the rookie was better, even if they're the exact same. Just because I think there's more value if a rookie does it than a guy who's been in the league forever.
I actually think maybe it's better if the veteran does it because the rookie, the struggle is expected and it's part of the growing experience for rookie. Whereas for the veteran, it is important to have veteran players hit their expected targets.
What?
Don't look at me like that. Like you look at me like I just shot your dog whenever I offer a differing opinion.
I said if they had the same stat line, and you said no because the rookie's supposed to struggle.
He's supposed to struggle, and that's
I'm
okay.
saying if they have the same stat line, like if like very similar.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Even then, I don't think it. No, I think it's important for the veteran to do it. I don't care.
Yeah, okay, that's fair, but your reasoning wouldn't have made sense. Because it's
I
the
don't,
same stat line,
I don't
and you're
understand
like,
your value
well, the
argument.
rookie's gonna struggle.
Like, okay, yeah, the rookie's having a great year, but like, I don't understand because it's the same stat line, so their contribution to the team is the same.
I think there's more value in it if a rookie does it because it's not expected. You didn't have that from him the year before because he wasn't there.
There may be more perceived value, but I don't know how much real value there actually is.
Okay.
I think maybe from a team building perspective, but in terms of like an on field making a difference, if it's the same stats, then yeah, they're the same.
It was the same stats, but like a year-to-year value is completely like let's say it's both 7
But
wars.
this isn't a year-to-year value award. It's an individual.
I'm not saying it is, but that in my mind that makes him more valuable.
I'm happy that you have. Yeah, I'm happy for your mind. That's a pretty good opinion to have, I think.
Okay.
And we agree that Aaron Judge should have won the 2017 American League MVP.
Why are we arguing over this? This is such a stupid thing to argue.
You started using divisive terms and getting aggressive, and I was trying to de-escalate as per usual, and then things just kicked off a bit.
Taking the high ground here, hey?
I'm just gonna clip clop my high horse here. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop.
All right. Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani hit back-to-back 50 home run seasons. This hasn't happened for two players, or for anyone, since I think.
Can I guess them?
Barry
Can I guess them?
There's a couple. I've got the list.
You have the list. Give me
Well,
the years. Let the tism be unleashed.
I don't have the years, but I've got the names.
Surely Bonds and like McGuire and Sosa surely had 50s and 50s. Yes, no.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
Like Bonds and McGuire. I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking okay. Bonds had that crazy stretch, late 90s, early 2000s. It's gonna be like Bonds and
Bonds doesn't have any.
What?
Bonds never went back-to-back 50 home run season.
Okay. What about like A-Rod? A-Rod's got to be on there, surely. A-Rod and like Sosa.
Sammy Sosa, yeah.
A-Rod and McGuire.
McGuire, yeah.
Griffey.
Yes. And
How
one
many more
more.
players have hit back-to-back 50s?
One more.
Can you give me a decade, or is that too
Just
obvious?
think old. Very old.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Okay, easy. Yeah, it's
You're
easy.
joining that exclusive club. Also, I said Bonds right away. Bonds doesn't have any.
Yeah, you see, that's another one of those weird ones. You would just think if you
He
hit
only
seven,
hit 50 home runs in a year once, and it was his 73.
that's an insane stat.
Yeah, I've got his baseball reference page up here.
Fun deep dive his baseball reference page.
Yes, any reference page for any of the sports.
It just scratches my brain perfectly.
It really does. But yeah, only one 50 home run season. You wouldn't have thought
Hitting
that.
50's hard.
But like for Barry
That's
Bonds, you
roughly a
wouldn't have
home
thought
run
that.
every series,
Pretty much.
right? Like that's pretty much a
Pretty
home run
much.
every series. That's hard to do.
It is very hard to do, but I think if you would have said one guy's done it, I would have assumed Barry Bonds.
That's a very fair point. Yeah.
Yeah. Roki Sasaki activated off the IL. Blue Jays. Dodgers can hope this helps their pitching woes. They just blew another lead to the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight.
Their
That gives
bullpen
them
is
high-
fuck awful.
Yeah. They blew a
I don't
4-1
want to
lead. They have-
exaggerate, but fuck awful is a pretty accurate term of how bad that bullpen's been.
It's the bullpen. Yeah.
I don't trust a single one of those guys.
No,
And
this is honestly like they put so much money into
do
the
you-
bullpen
Who
again.
in that bullpen do you trust to close out a game?
Nobody, because their big shot closer Tanner Scott couldn't hit the strike zone.
And
ABS wouldn't help him.
I think Trinan might be cooked.
Is Trinan even healthy?
Yeah, wasn't he like pulled last week? Actually, no, he might be done. Sasaki out of the bullpen, kind of weird. Maybe Otani.
Otani wants to. I think we talked about this
Has
last
that
week.
clutch factor. He
They
did.
might have to
He
throw
did for his
Sasaki in the
homeland
bullpen.
in the WBC. Like, there's, he can do it.
I was going to say they might throw Sasaki in the bullpen just because of how poor his starts were.
It can't be worse than those guys in the bullpen right now.
Yeah. You need him to go out there and just tell him, don't locate. Just throw as hard as you can. Because that was
Just
his
think
thing.
of Aroldis Chapman. Don't even locate the
Don't
fastball,
even
big
look.
boy.
Well, that was Sasaki. I think we talked about this. Sasaki openly said, I'm not throwing hard. I'm trying to locate. And was getting lit up.
Yeah, again, and this goes back to my don't fall in love with location just because you started doing it for like 2 weeks in spring training. Play to your strengths. Your strengths is a crazy break and sinker. Throw that shit hard. Like, velocity matters. I don't care what old heads on Twitter say.
Yeah, he could be their closer.
It can't be that hard.
No, if he's out there throwing 100,
Every closer is just a starter who wasn't good enough. This is the like I'm being serious though. Like every
Yeah,
closer,
I know you are. It's just funny. But he'll be back in the rotation next year.
100. Well, he projects as a starter long term.
That's why they.
But that doesn't
that's
mean
why
that
they
he can't
signed-
contribute this year. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just agreeing with you. Stop jumping down my throat.
I'm not.
I'm not mad. I just want my opinion to be heard. Okay. Okay.
All right. The
That's
Tampa
fair.
Bay Rays have officially been sold for $1.7 billion to a group led by Patrick Zalewski.
Belgian.
You knew this
guy.
was happening. This is
Yeah.
the ownership group that wanted to build a stadium in Tampa. Shock.
Wow. This guy's a genius.
This guy's a genius.
He
Let's
wants the
play
Tampa Bay.
in the stadium.
He wants the Tampa Bay Rays to play in Tampa.
What an
Incredible
idea.
stuff.
Groundbreaking.
Like, I mean, he is a real estate guy. That is his background. But can the Rays not use the poor ownership group excuse anymore if this guy is willing to spend some cheese? He's willing to spend some money.
Yeah, I don't know if you can use that, especially when it's not just him, it's a group.
They should have proper financial backing now. As long as
There
they don't
should be.
give all their money to a guy who's on sex trafficking charges in the DR, they should be okay.
And beyond that, Zalewski's net worth himself is like 1.7 billion.
What?
It's literally the exact same for what
Wow.
this.
Well, if it's a group, though, he's like, yeah, that.
Yeah,
that
so the group is
as long
obviously.
as- look, this is an organization that has been waiting for a cash infusion.
For money? Yeah.
For money. Yes, they need liquid cash to spend on free agents to become competitive because the building blocks are there. All of the minor league teams know how to develop talent. They have a clear system for developing player personnel and identifying talent. They just need to be able to offset that. Not offset isn't the right word. To be able to add to
Yes.
their homegrown talent by adding in other ready-to-go major league quality players right off of the street. That is how you build a winning team. And they just need that extra bit of money.
Development is always there with the Tampa Bay Rays. They just never had the money to keep talent at the MLB level.
Truth.
or attract more.
I
But
agree.
yeah, we got one more story here. A fun one that we've been talking about for a couple weeks before we get into pitching matchups and standings. The Colorado Rockies have done it. They've allowed 1,000 runs on the season. Currently 1,001 with 4 games left. Keep going, boys. Let's see how high they can get.
How embarrassing is this, Keenan?
Awful. They are absolutely awful.
It's a hard thing to do to give up 1,000 runs.
Yeah.
You pretty much have to have league worst pitching every single week, and they have pretty. I mean, and I say that, and they have.
They have, and nobody's surprised.
There's not a lot of talent in the front end or back end of the rotation or in the bullpen.
There's just not a lot of talent.
They're not a very good baseball team. They don't have a lot of stars or flair. They just look completely hopeless, like a blind animal in the field. They're just lost, don't know where they're going.
Perfect analysis. Let's get into the pitching matchups.
I make it come to life. I try.
It looks like you've tied it.
It looks that way because I have tied it.
You have tied it.
Willie Warren came through for me, my fucking dog, my twin. 5 1/3 innings, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 2 walks. Trevor Rogers on the other end, 6 innings, 0 earned, 7 Ks, 2 walks. This was on Friday when the Yankees and Orioles played. Huge win for me. Not to say that your guys were even that bad.
They were awful.
The Kershaw wasn't bad.
Yeah, he had a couple of unearned runs too.
I mean, so did Will Warren, but look, Trevor
also,
Rogers,
4 walks in 4 1/3 innings is not
that's
good.
pretty bad. Okay.
Robbie Ray was the guy who was like, this is why I'm doing this matchup, and he allowed 5 earned in 4 2/3.
After you and I both sung his praises.
Yeah, we're like, dude, he's good. Like, he's back.
I was like,
what an underrated guy.
Top 10? Is he fringe top 10 guy?
He's like borderline top 10. Robbie's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, and to be fair, he's not. So
he's not. No.
Yeah. Who do you have going this week, though? Who's your guy?
For the last matchup of the season, for the last weekend of the season, the one that decides it all, I am sending a rookie to the mound. Nolan McLean going up against Shota Imanaga. We know what these two guys can do. I think you used McLean. I think he had a great outing for you.
Did I use McLean on his debut?
You got Jonah Tong in there, not McLean.
I had Tong. No, I haven't used McLean.
You used Tong, I used Sprout. Now I'm using McLean.
Going back to the well.
He's been really good.
So he's due for a blow up.
Not yet.
I am going with 2 just rock steady dudes, Adrian Hauser and Shane Bieber on Friday. Fair. Simple pick. Pretty solid guys. Huh?
Is Hauser confirmed? Because I was looking at MO when I was making
I believe he's confirmed. I believe Hauser.
Okay.
But you know what? I used the score for this, and they get bumped all the time.
I was looking at MLB. They still had to be determined.
Well, Bieber versus anonymous Rays starter.
Is this how you want to lose based off of a to be determined?
No, it's how I want to fucking win. I will not lose. Give me whoever that. I don't think I've used a Rays starter all fucking year, so I don't care who it is.
Yeah, I don't know if there's meant. I think I used one. I used Rasmussen like 2 weeks ago.
You were big on the Rasmussen train.
I was big. He's a Rays pitcher. You know he's going to be solid.
That's why oh no, I used Shane Baz.
And he's a Rays pitcher. You know he's going to be solid.
Yeah, you just rock stay, dude. Yeah, it'll be Hauser. Okay, let's just calm down. If that's not, I'll take whoever it is.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Last division talk of the year. Last standing update before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's start with maybe the most interesting division this season, with the New York Yankees currently second behind the Toronto Blue Jays, right? Because they do have the top. Why are they showing up as above on the website?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe they might just have it set to alphabetical.
LMNOP. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Yankees. Oh, that was embarrassing. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I was like, does N come before T in the alphabet? Really tough look. The Yankees are behind the Jays, even though they are listed that way on MLB.com. Both teams 90 and 68. The Jays kind of control their own destiny, but let's be honest, no, they don't. They're going to need a couple Yankee losses, or at least one. The Yankees should feel very encouraged with where they are. I would say they're probably the favorites to win the division, but it feels like a coin flip because they're playing the White Sox and the Orioles. The Jays are playing one game against Boston and 3 games at home against Tampa Bay. That's the encouraging thing is Toronto is a very, very strong team at home. Boston 87 and 71. Firmly in the wild card, I'd feel pretty confident saying they're going to get in. They have 2 games over everybody else in the American League. The Tampa Bay Rays are 77 and 81. Surprisingly, the offense has kind of been there a little bit this year. The pitching's still been solid. I think they're a better team. I think next year 85 wins is well within their grasp, maybe even a playoff push. The Orioles much better since Brandon Hyde left, 74 and 84. Hopefully they can play spoiler to the Yankees. Please play spoiler to the Yankees.
Please. We
But
don't want to hear
really,
this.
a really fun division this year. Really
This
fun.
isn't even like Blue Jays fan thing. This is just anti-Yankee. I don't want to hear him. Oh, you guys we're the best team. Shut up. I don't want to listen to the Yankees again.
Okay.
That was a very, that was
Or just
very
New York
angry.
baseball fans.
Yeah, just a baseball fan thing. I am
I'd
done,
love
done
if
with the
Thanos
Yankees.
could just eliminate New York baseball fans.
Yeah. Boston a win away from clinching or a Houston loss, which they're basically
But yeah, Boston's good. Boston's
their
good.
their only thing is they're not doing anything if Anthony's not back.
They haven't when he's not been. Yeah,
Yeah, if they don't get him back for the
he's the
playoffs.
straw that stirs the drink, you could say.
Yeah, yeah. National League East is decided. The Philadelphia Phillies are your division champs. They were last week. They're 93 and 65. The Mets, well, they'll finish 500, that's for sure, because they're 81 and 77, but they don't really want to play in the playoffs. Miami clinging on for dear life. They need to win out, and they need the Mets, Reds, and Diamondbacks to lose out to make the playoffs.
But a hell of an accomplishment getting this far with that team.
A hell of an accomplishment getting
Like,
a
it's
high 70
great
wins.
year.
High
Yeah.
70 wins.
Great year for them. Great
Great
year.
year for them.
Great year for them.
Let's build on it, guys. For once in your life, let's build on something.
Nah, bro, we're good. I speak for the Marlins. Nah, bro, fuck all that.
You're right. You are right. Atlanta decided to go on a 10-game win streak, ruin their draft lottery chances right when it didn't matter.
Great
They're 75 and
success.
84 now.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like the season got to the point where it was like, all right, let's just get a good draft pick. Nah, we got to look somewhat competitive for some point of the season. And Washington, 65 and 94. James Wood hit 30 home runs. Give him a contract extension.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about how bad Washington has been this season.
I think we
This is
have.
horrible.
We talked
Like,
about them and
you and I have, but we as in like a
like the
society.
media as a whole.
Yeah, we as in like society and baseball fans haven't acknowledged the absolute unmitigated disaster of the Nationals rebuild. Like this is one of the worst. This is probably the worst pitching team aside from Colorado.
It might be. Yeah, I think it is from in terms
It
of runs
probably is.
allowed. It
There's
is.
not a lot of talent there at all. They can't really put. Dylan Cruz is not great. Wood's the one bright spot, but he strikes out a fuck ton.
Yeah, he's a classic power hitter. You're gonna get
Yeah,
those.
if I was a National fan, I'd want to leave the year at like 70 win. Like if you told me at the start of the year you're gonna have 65 wins, you'd be like, okay, how
Is it
did
August?
Yeah, right. Like I would feel incredibly discouraged if I was a Nationals fan with how the years go.
Very, very discouraged. This was supposed to be the fun rebuild that
It was
the
a step
Athletics
back.
are having.
It was yeah, it was
There's
a
nothing
step back.
fun about what's going on in Washington.
Failure's never fun.
Failure is never fun. And they don't have the thing is they don't really have the farm system to build off it. They had their first overall pick again last year, or well this year I guess. Otherwise, the farm system's kind of thin. They don't have any pieces to really sell for any significant.
No, they don't have a lot of
prospect.
assets that they can sell off to replenish, which is the issue. All the assets are young guys in the majors who they want to develop, but the players just haven't developed.
This might be a long rebuild.
It might be you may have to just scrap it and just tear it all down.
It's either scrap it and tear it all down, or put in a lot of money to bring in outside
The
talent.
Nationals, though, they can wait it out. They will spend if they can win, but they won't if they can't. Speaking of not spending any money, the Cleveland Guardians are atop the American League Central, 9-1 in their last 10. Really incredible stuff what they've been able to do. Steven Vogt's the manager of the year. It's not even fucking close. Okay, Steven Vogt's the best manager in Major League Baseball. No one, after the job he's done this year, can say anything about that. In hot pursuit are the Detroit Tigers for the first time this year.
In hot pursuit of what?
Pursuit of I don't know, the pursuit of happiness. They're on an 8-game losing streak, crashing out fully going into the playoffs. They've completely blown this. Keenan and I have differing views on how we think the Tigers are going to do and why, but everything's a possibility in the playoffs in baseball, right? So that's the great thing. They still get to play in the playoffs. The Royals,
They got to clinch first.
that's true.
They might have to win a game to make the playoffs.
They'll win a game. Okay, let's not be like I love this guys. I don't know though. Maybe they lose 12 games in a row and miss the playoffs. How great would that be?
Or lose 12 in a row and make the playoffs. That'd be even funnier.
That'd be even funnier, and then they go on a run again. Hey, how great would that be? I love the chaos. The Royals perfectly 500, riding great pitching, and then being sunk by horrible offense. 79 and 79. Huge year for the Royals. They feel way worse than a 500 team, don't they?
The offense is it's as bad as the Guardians looking at the runs scored,
Yeah,
but it feels
they have
worse.
a virtually even run differential.
It feels worse just because of the record.
I just kind of feel like this is where they are as a team. You didn't really get the offensive step ups that you needed to. The pitching held, which is very good news. But if they want to compete for a wild card spot next year, the American League is going to be more competitive, so they will need to add some offense. The Twins, 68 and 90. They had a fire sale at the deadline so that they could clean up the books and sell the team. Then they didn't sell the team, and they just had a fire sale, and there's no talent on the roster. They are probably the worst situation in the league right now, in my opinion. Then followed up by the White Sox, 58 and 100. Really fucking terrible.
White Sox, yeah, also knees deep in a long rebuild, which is par for the course with the White Sox.
I've got to say, Keenan, I don't think the rebuild's any closer to being done now than it was this time last year.
Or the year before that.
They just played 162 more games, but there's been no progress actually made in terms of development of. I mean, maybe Colson Montgomery. Montgomery's been looking pretty good.
If it weren't for 2005, is this the worst franchise ever? Because I think if they didn't win it in 2005, that drought's over 100 years.
Cleveland.
If the White Sox don't win in 2005, that's a 100-year drought.
What about Cleveland?
Cleveland's is like 60.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Like the White Sox drought would be probably worse than what the Cubs was when they won. If they didn't win in 2005.
That's true, but they did win in 2000.
I know that this is a what if question.
Yeah. What if? Then 100%. You're right. You are 100% right. They are the worst. They are the most pitiful franchise. I think pitiful is a very fitting term for the White Sox.
It's the perfect term. They're a very pitiful franchise. Always have been, always will be.
Oh, that's so bleak. That's such a bleak outlook at the White Sox. But yeah, if Reinsdorf's still the owner, yeah.
Yeah, until Reinsdorf is gone.
He's a complete fucking mug.
He is. NL Central. Milwaukee Brewers, 63 losses now, which means we will not have a 100-win team again in the MLB for back-to-back
Damn
years.
shame, isn't it? Damn shame.
It is, but it also means the league is very competitive.
This is very true.
Like, even last year, you're like, oh, Dodgers World Series. Otherwise, like, who's going to make it this year? You normally have a team where you look at them based off of the regular season.
Hard agree.
That's your World Series team.
It doesn't feel like it's open. It's just so competitive. It feels like a really just...
It's a race to the bottom.
A battle in every single series.
It's a race to the bottom.
It is.
Every time you look at a team, you're like, well, the Yankees are really good until June. They collapse. Oh, look at the Blue Jays. They collapsed. Well, Detroit's still there. They've collapsed. Houston collapsed.
It's a bunch of, like, pretty good teams.
Everyone's just, who's going to collapse?
Everyone's just, like, pretty good.
Yeah. Who's the least bad?
Yeah, who can hold their water the longest, right? That's all it is.
Yeah. Speaking of holding water, the Chicago Cubs are holding on to that 4th spot. Treading water, it sounds much better than holding water. But yeah, they are going to host a playoff game at Wrigley Field, assuming the Padres don't make up 2 games on them.
I doubt
Cincinnati.
That. Fucking 3 or 4 to go.
Hey?
I said I doubt that. There's 3 or 4 to go. I think they're good.
Yeah, Probably good.
Although we
Cincinnati,
said like a month ago that everybody was fine and the playoffs aren't going to be like there's going to be no playoff races. So what do I know?
yeah, that's also true.
Fun year for the Reds. Hey, fun year for the Reds.
They're in it at the end, but
They're in the thick of it, you know.
they're playing the Mets game of we don't want it.
Fuck yeah, and they're playing it with the Mets.
They're playing it with the Mets. The Diamondbacks are going to sneak in at this rate.
Fuck, how great would that be? They sell at the deadline, and they sneak in,
Opposite of the
buoyed by their
Minnesota
great
Twins.
offense.
Yeah. But yeah, Cincinnati, they had Paul Skeens on the mound today, took the Pirates to extras. You needed to win yesterday. You needed to win in extras today. That's the difference. They don't have that guy who steps up. Like we talk about
Hunter
Cleveland
Green had a
being,
great start today.
hey,
Hunter Green had a great start
he had
today.
an amazing start today, but on offense, they don't have that one guy to step up. We make fun of Cleveland and their roster. At least Jose Ramirez is that guy.
That's true.
There isn't that guy in Cincinnati.
Well, it's supposed to be Black Superman Ellie De La Cruz, who is the human
But even
highlight.
then, even then, there's a difference because Jose Ramirez has that veteran aspect to him.
That's
He is
true.
a built leader. They
The
don't have that in
expectations are higher.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, true. It's their manager Terry Francona who's supposed to be the guy stepping up.
And he is stepping up. He's
He
keeping
is.
them in it.
He's managing this team. He's grinding them, trying to get them through the playoffs.
And he's doing a damn good job at keeping them in it.
They're fighting. They're. I will say, they've shown a lot of resilience and fortitude the past month.
So I want to see them host a playoff game. Like even today,
Red Submarine, babe. Oh no, Red October. Red October.
Red Submarine.
I'm thinking about Yellow Submarine. I'm thinking about submarines too much. I'm thinking about. Do you know what Red October is, Keenan? It's a movie with Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. Really good. That's why, and it's a submarine movie, which is why I'm thinking about submarines.
So you're fusing those two things.
I'm fusing
together.
colors and submarines together. You know, reds. It can happen.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
perfect like you.
St. Louis, also in the same boat of Miami. They're not eliminated, but they're eliminated.
Yeah,
think this-
great way to say it.
Yeah, and then
Solid
Pittsburgh.
year though. Solid year, but a weird year for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Didn't think they'd do this good.
I think we wrote them off like before the year began, and
then they
kinda
started
just
out really
hung
strong,
around.
and then they wrote themselves off.
They were that guy who overstays his welcome at the party.
Yeah, you know,
Doesn't
that's
add
what I
anything
say.
to the
They're like,
party.
oh, great! Like cool, pretty good. Oh, go home, asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they haven't left yet.
they're walking to their Uber. Okay,
They are walking to
that's
their
where they're
Uber.
walking to their Uber right now. They're getting the hell out of Dodge while they can.
They are, yeah. Them and the Miami Marlins are walking to the Uber, but we kind of like.
But great, yeah. Miami were like, fuck, great performance, eh?
Why are they leaving? Like,
Yeah.
you can stay if you want.
AL West,
hmm
the Seattle Mariners
Houston's
are
reign
your.
of terror is done.
I'd like to. I like not to be interrupted. The Seattle Mariners are your American League West champions. The reign of terror of the Houston Astros has come to an end. The Mariners have finally done it. They did what Keenan and I have been screaming at them to do for a decade. Add veteran bats at the deadline. Enhance this team. And they are doing this on a 6-game winning streak right now, buoyed by the bat of Cal Raleigh and a really strong pitching staff that is getting healthier and better towards playoffs. They are 89 and 69. Nice. They will finish the year with above 90 wins. The Astros are 84 and 74. Kind of about what the talent is, maybe a little bit better. But a pretty solid year for them. They will battle for a playoff spot. I don't quite know if they're going to get there. Maybe. Texas has completely fallen apart after it looked like they were going to really give a push for the third wildcard spot. They've completely collapsed. Their offense has just been really lackluster this year, despite amazing pitching. They just haven't been able to win games, which is not something you're used to seeing from a Bruce Bochy team. The Athletics have had the most fun rebuild I've ever seen. They're 75 and 83, but they've been in every series that they've been a part of. They've been able to put up a lot of runs. Their pitching has been very poor, but I think what's made them really good has been their horrible home situation, playing in a minor league park. They're almost a 500 team on the road, which is really impressive. That's for a very young team to be able to play on the road as well as they have. It's so encouraging for them. The Angels 71 and 87, and that's a bad 71 and 87 because it's a veteran team. It's
Wait. These guys are competitive.
Sorry, I forgot they're competitive. They're the most competitive 71 and 87 team I've ever seen.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I was being rude there.
Artie Moreno does not take failure too well,
He does. He should be used to it.
but somehow he doesn't. Because like, if he did, he would have adjusted something. But
He does. He just spends a lot of money.
he hasn't even spent money like the last couple of years.
No, I think he's just too pissed off.
He's given up. Texas,
He hasn't given up. He's just given up. I think he just realized how little he knows about the baseball business, and has just resigned himself to being a different kind of role where he's still involved, but is not making as many decisions.
yeah,
But he's hired. He's hired an idiot. So fuck.
he has hired an idiot who assembled an awful team because that's what idiots do. Texas might end the year without allowing 600 runs. That's a possibility.
Yeah. And
And
they're going to
then
the playoffs.
miss the playoffs by a couple of games.
Yeah.
Houston, 5-game losing streak. If it weren't for Detroit, this would be the worst collapse right now
100% agree.
because they were comfortably in the lead for a long time as well, and we
They were
expected
cruising. They were in cruise control like classic Astros.
it really is showing that this is the end of the era. They
Yeah,
sure they could make the
They
playoffs
tried to
this
get the
year.
band back together with Correa, and it just didn't work.
There's a reason why reunions don't always end that well, especially in
True.
sports, because
Yeah,
age.
it rarely goes well. Do you see them ever bottoming out, or do you see them being able to stay competitive?
Like going into next year or what?
What are the next 3 to 5 years look like for the Houston Astros?
I think they're in line for a long rebuild.
You think long rebuild or a quick retool?
Long rebuild. They've got aging players on big contracts and they don't have any farm system.
I will say the guy who I want to see where he lands the most is Yordan Alvarez.
He's got to land. He's got to find his way on the field first.
Yeah, I mean, but if he can get healthy, and maybe if he's in like with a different team's medical staff on a different plan, maybe they'll
Mhm.
get him back sooner. That can, I think, a change of scenery. He to me is the most interesting guy on that roster who's probably going to get moved.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he can get healthy.
Hopefully,
A perennial
West.
dark horse MVP candidate.
yeah. NL West. Los Angeles Dodgers just beat the Arizona Diamondbacks. Held on for dear life in that game. That's their 89th win of the season. One more, and they are once again NL West champs. Padres got their clinch, and they're going to coast into a comfortable 5 seed. Arizona on the outside looking in. I don't know if they have the tiebreaker over Miami or Cincinnati, but talking about the wild card race, if it does end in a tie, the Reds have the tiebreaker over the Mets. San Fran eliminated after that big Rafael Devers purchase. They are once again, well, they're mid, and Colorado 43 and 115.
Is this
Not the worst record ever, but it feels like the worst.
maybe the worst team ever though?
Yeah,
I mean, because we just saw the worst team ever with the White Sox last year. It's felt even more bleak with the Rockies this year.
this did. And it's because of the pitching staff. This isn't Coors. This is the Rockies pitching staff.
They suck
The
away
way it's
too.
assembled.
Yeah, they're just a bad team.
It's just one of the worst teams ever assembled. And they won't be picking in the top 10.
Can we talk about the Dodgers and how going into the year they were talking all this shit?
Once again.
Going to
Once
coast
again.
to 110 wins. Going to coast to 110 wins. 120 wins is well within our grasp.
The media
gonna
did
go-
not help.
Going to be about 30 wins short of that.
Yeah.
30 wins short
The
of that.
media did not help this
They
narrative
no, they
at
built
all.
this team up to be like it was the fucking Avenger.
Super team. Like, oh,
It reminds
Best
me
thing
of like
USA
the
has
early
ever
2010
seen.
Lakers when it's just a bunch of old dudes who are pretty good. It's like there's no way that these guys aren't the best, and they're all kind of pretty good players, but it's the young guys who are really making a difference. I don't know.
they genuinely thought they were the MLB's dream team.
They're not.
No.
They're like the bullpen's just really over talented but underperforming. Yeah,
Other than
it's a funny
Ohtani,
year.
the offense is inconsistent. Freddie's solid. But otherwise, streaky guys. Mookie Betts was awful for a long time. I think that whatever sickness he had really hurt him.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight. Was it the All-Star break? He looked really bad.
It
Or
was
it spring
the
training? Really
when they
bad.
went to Korea.
Yeah, he looked bad, and maybe an off season will just get him right. But
Yeah,
no, he didn't look like himself.
team didn't look like themselves.
Do we want to do a quick breakdown of the wild card situation?
The very, very chaotic wild card situation.
So I'll do a quick little hit of the American League wild card. Right now, I believe the Yankees are in the number one wild card spot. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. They have 5 games. The Red Sox, 2 games up on the Tigers, 3 games up on Houston. So they're going to be okay unless some really wild shit happens. If they win like 1 or 2 games, they're good.
I think,
Detroit
yeah.
Detroit is 85 and 73. Houston is 84 and 74. I mean, here's the thing though. Detroit's on an 8-game losing streak. Houston's on a 5-game losing streak. So if one of these teams decides to win a couple of games, they're going to be right back in that spot there.
Game.
A game, yeah. Why say a couple? If they win a game, they'll be okay. So that race is going to be super interesting there. Do you want to take us through the National League and, in my opinion, the more interesting race, Keenan?
The National League one is more interesting simply because there is an extra team in the mix. St. Louis and Miami, like we said, they're walking to the Uber. Arizona and Cincinnati are both 1 game out on the New York Mets. Both San Diego and Chicago are clinched, practically locked into their spots with 4 games left.
They are they are.
Yeah, they are, but they aren't.
Yeah.
The New York Mets, however, they don't want it.
They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't give a fuck.
There's 3 outcomes here. As a Braves fan, the bad one is the Mets making it. The good one is the Reds making it. The fun one is the Diamondbacks making it.
That is to me, yeah, yeah. I agree with everything you just said there. I think that's true because the Diamondbacks would be super interesting to see how this team's gonna like, kind of honestly, kind of stick the middle finger to management, be like, you guys should have backed us and believed in us more.
And also do the same thing they did in 2023. Sneak in.
You don't want to go against an offense that good in the playoffs because they can explode for a lot of runs very quickly.
Especially, the pitching staff has been solid the last month. Zach Gallen,
They've pulled it together.
He's figured it out the last month. The bullpen's been okay. Still the weak spot of the team.
The pitching's been good enough.
Pitching, the rotation has been good. The bullpen is okay. But that's exactly what it was in 2023.
Exactly. The whole thing with their pitching was always just don't fuck it up. Because this offense can put up a lot of runs very quickly. The bullpen's job is not to win games. It is simply to not lose games and to keep the Diamondbacks in the game as long as they can.
Yeah, the problem, when you mentioned management there, the problem is the Padres and Dodgers are in the same division as them. So it's very difficult for management to go ahead and buy when 2 teams will be in front of you no matter what you really do. I don't think buying is giving them a 7-game difference. Maybe
It
4
may
or
give them
5.
a 3 or 4 game difference.
Yeah.
Or just standing pat may have given them a 2 game difference.
And they would be a game up on the Mets.
Yeah. Right? So all these decisions matter.
I think management's kicking themselves too.
100% they are. Still for signing Jordan Montgomery.
They got rid of that contract.
Yeah, they did. Brewers now? Something like
Brewers, surprisingly.
that. Yeah. What are your final? Okay, I'll give my predictions. I think. Oh, okay. I think Houston is going to make the playoffs, and Detroit will miss the playoffs in the American League. In the National League, I'm gonna say Cincinnati sneaks in there. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Reds. The Diamondbacks are gonna miss, and then the Mets will completely capitulate.
That's fair. You have been riding the Reds train all year, all of last year as well. I'm going to go Detroit. Same reason for you. I can't back them. I can't turn on them now.
I respect that.
I can't turn on them now.
No,
I
you're
was
backing
so
your guys.
high.
You're backing your guys, Keenan. You're backing your
I
boys.
gotta back my guys.
Yep.
You win 1 game, you probably make it.
Yeah.
But let's win 2.
You're doing the right thing there, Keenan. You're doing the right thing.
And I'm gonna take the little chaotic approach here and go Arizona.
Oh no. Okay, I like that.
The Arizona Diamondbacks with that red hot offense. They're playing really good against really good teams. They've got 1 left with LA and 3 with San Diego, who will be resting, and they're the Padres. They don't care about the regular season anymore. The Mets are going to Miami. Miami is already changing around their rotation to screw over the Mets the best they can. Arizona's going to get it done just like 2023 and sneak into the playoffs.
Love that. I love everything about what you just said. I really hope Arizona does get in. I really anyone but the Mets. if Arizona or Cincinnati gets in, I think baseball wins because you're going to see a really fun young team with the Reds that's pretty balanced overall, or a great offense with the Diamondbacks, and an experienced pitching staff who knows what their job is.
Yeah.
And
And who knows?
we get to see two great managers in the playoffs too, if that happens, right?
Hmm. Two great yeah, and two great managers that have had front office and ownership against them.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's and I think that's the rallying cry for both of those teams is they don't believe in you, I believe in you. Like follow me, I'll get you there. So I think I don't know. I think the storyline is so much better if it's the Diamondbacks or Reds in the final wild card
I think
spot.
it is too. It's also the storyline works for the Mets choking.
It's fucking awesome for the Mets to choke, and I say this as a guy who loves the Mets. Like it's just fucking awesome when they do the thing. It's awesome when the Mets met. And they, it's on them. They didn't involve Grimace enough this year.
Yeah. Also, could you imagine if Corbin Burns was healthy? That's a 2 games right there.
That's 3 or 4 games realistically.
Yeah, that might be the difference between them selling and not selling too.
Yeah.
The guy that they bought.
Mets should do. Sorry, not to jump not to jump over your thing with Corbin Burns not being healthy. The Mets should have. Have you seen the movie Him? Imagine him, but it's Grimace selling his soul for the Mets to get in the playoff. It'd be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I agree. If Burns is healthy, the Diamondbacks are probably at 83 wins. Do you want to say roughly?
Probably, yeah. Because it's more than just him being back. It takes pressure off everyone else.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I think is that the most impactful injury this year?
Off the top of my head,
Off the dome,
yes.
top of the dome. I think it is. Maybe the Bichette injury for the Jays too, though.
But the difference is they're already in the playoffs.
That's a great point, Keenan. That's a great point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. Nobody else is close enough that had a significant injury.
Hard agree.
Yeah,
Hard agree.
I think that
Okay.
for sure.
Well, is that where we want to leave it?
I think that's where we want to leave it. A nice
Great.
long episode right before the playoffs.
Lots of fun stuff happening. Playoff baseball
Lots
is
of fun
coming.
stuff. Lots of fun baseball. 4 games left. Lots of entertaining baseball this weekend. And we'll see you guys in the playoffs.